Hello again, it's Frightening here. This is going to be my second video on my favorite Horde base design. As you can see here, I've got an endgame version of this base, which is all made out of steel and is 30 hatches deep. And basically what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to fight a super big endgame Horde. And yeah, that's going to be the gist of it. I'm playing on Nomad difficulty here, which is one click above the default. It's mathematically fair difficulty in the you deal and receive 100% damage from zombies and other creatures in the world. So it's a decent difficulty. It's not super hard mode, but it's not super easy. Block damage for zombies is 100%, so that's normal. All their speeds are normal. Bloodmoon Horde count is maxed out at 64, so that's an upper bound for the number of simultaneously active zombies that are allowed. Or Gamestage, which determines how scary a horde is going to be, also provides an upper bound, and the lower of those two upper bounds is what matters. I put myself up to max level, gave myself a crap ton of XP, so my game stage is basically right around 360, which, yeah, that's a pretty high game stage. And yeah, gave myself all the skills, all maxed out, even all the book series as well, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily carrying the ultimate weapons. I've given myself a bunch of stacks of ammo for my Magnum and my SMG, which are kind of be my mainstays. I also have a stack of grenades, stack of contact grenades, and this crossbow here with a full stack of crossbow bolts in reserve, plus it's got one loaded in it right now. And so the idea is I'm going to mix it up a little, show some explosive action, also use the Magnum a bit, use the SMG a bit. The last time I did the stress test on my old system, I just used the SMG configured like so, which was chock full of ammunition. I had a full inventory of it. I included some medical supplies for myself in case I get some debuffs. I don't think I missed anything, but I may have. So I have the creative menu available. If I go, oh crap, I forgot something. Got a stack of repair kits. So yeah, I'm pretty much set for the Horde Night at this point. All I need to do is just advance the time and let the Horde Night begin. And so you can see here, these are all vault hatches. They take a little longer to spring up, but 1,000 hit points. These are fully upgraded, and these blocks are 10,000 hit points each. I have the night vision goggles on, which I am going to use for the Horde Night, just because I find it a little easier to see in the dark with them. I could have used a helmet light if I wanted to show the more natural colors, but I prefer to use night vision when fighting at night. I like the look of it, the green and all that. And yeah, it's Game Stage 360, so it's going to be a mega huge Horde Night. I might throw down the console here right when the Horde Night starts so we can see the max number alive that it has for the Horde Night. It might be interesting to see if that's more or less than 64. If it's less than 64, that's going to be the maximum numbers of zombies that are active at one time. If it's more than that, then the game setting is going to cap it. Whichever one of those numbers is lower, that's how that works. At early stages in the game, your Blood Moon Horde count typically doesn't matter because the number of zombies is going to be limited by the other value, the max number alive, which is determined by your game stage set at the time that the Horde begins. The other thing will be interesting to see is just how many zombies it's going to try to spawn in each wave. There are 3 waves of the same size, same number of zombies, but the game stage of the list it uses for deciding what to spawn creeps up slightly over the course of the Horde Night. It's a little bit about how the Horde Night spawning mechanics work. And so it'll be interesting to just find the in the console real quick to see what those are like for this Horde Night, so you get an idea of just how scary it is. The absolute maximum number of spawns that you can have for each wave is 500, and that caps out at a game stage of 432. I'm not quite that high, so it's going to be lower than that. That said, you're not necessarily going to get all those spawns unless you can fight through killing them all fast enough as well. So I have 7 enemy kills from earlier stuff. This is the same save I did the first video on. I just spent time upgrading the base and expanding it. And so I have the kills from that. It actually spawned a fresh horde when I came in because I was still at night. And yeah, so you have a limited amount of time to kill the first wave, the first 2 hours of the Horde Night. And the same for the second wave after that. And then the last one will go till morning, which is actually only 2 hours in this case, because the morning will be 4 in the morning. But I set the day length to 120 minutes, so that maximizes the time we have to engage each of those waves. So we may or may not manage to kill all those zombies. I'm not necessarily going to be trying to min-max it. Deliberately not giving myself an auto shotgun or an M60 because I think they are the absolute best Horde Night weapons, and I elected to go with the Vulture and the SMG instead. The SMG is pretty good. I'd rank it 3rd behind those other 2. It's definitely better than the sniper rifle, especially with regular ammunition. Thought about maybe showing off the way AP ammo with the sniper rifle can work, but Only so many things worth showing off in one video. I think the big selling point here is going to be the stress test itself, which, without further ado, I think we should begin. So let's go to the end of this day, 21:55. Boop. Now let's get my night vision on. Let's see what it says when the Horde night actually begins. I'm going to switch to start though. Okay, so pretty soon here we should see the actual Horde night stuff pop up when 2200 rolls around. I'm curious to see just how many zombies are going to spawn at once and just how many per wave. I think it's going to be upwards of 300 per wave, and there's going to be probably 50 plus spawns at the same time. Might be limited by the 64 in the game settings, might not. Let's see. Yeah, num to spawn 476, max alive 109. So the max life is really being limited to 64 by game setting, and 476 per wave. That's pretty crazy. So here they come without further ado. So a few of them are hitting the base a little, but that's expected. Some birds attacking above. 10,000. I did put mods in this one, more or less broken down. Sometimes we climb over the top. Something to deal with it. It's just so That's what I mean about bouncing grenades off the side, by the way. That's right next to them. Very effective. There's this guy. Also very effective. They broke one level off that. But we got 30 minutes. I'm using a regular armor, not 8 channel as well. I want to kind of not get I have tier 6 steel armor, the only mod I put in is standalone and bandolier. Zombies like this. It'll be interesting to see at the end just how much damage they managed to do. Last time I did the stress test, they broke about a third of the hatches, maybe a little more. I was also using the 9mm. get past. It happens. Okay. That's not all the birds, but it's a lot of them. It's just all the action attack. I couldn't even tell there was so many of them. No. That cleared the board out. Something about the abrasion, I have it already. You can see it's really easy killing. Way to earn XP. When you actually kill zombies this way, you earn 100% of the XP. Whereas if you kill them with traps, you earn some of the XP. You can investigate an engineer. To get all this actually on yourself. I think I need that. I haven't even had any demolished yet. How many have I killed so far? I've gotten through most of the first one. I'm probably on the second one already. Yep, one. So I'm on. lot of block damage there. It's about halfway to dead. But it's holding. It's broken. And even if they do break, they can do these 2 halves. And you're back and it's just going. Demolishers aren't going to be the problem in the base that's made out of appropriate materials. Oh, I think I killed that guy before you. A moment after he saw down to 1 hatch. Not for long. You gotta repair these blocks. Need to be careful not to set up too many more. Together with it's better than last time, but it's only 2 more. Gotten to the tail end of this horde. Yeah, let's see. Yep, the horde's done. And I now have over 1,400 kills, so there were just under 1,400 kills during the horde night there. And let's inspect the damage. So I actually opened a few extras beyond what I really needed to. You can see there, so yeah, so they broke 1, 2, 3 blocks along here, and it's because we had like 3 demolishers go up in this area. And that did most of the work. The birds and some of the zombies hitting it did the rest. Oh, they did a number on the foundation too. This is more damage than I'm used to seeing on the foundation, but it held. It held just fine. And yeah, I think that kind of proves my point. This base is absolutely endgame viable. Like, they didn't even break half my hatches. If we go in here and we start counting, this block didn't have a hatch, but from here we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th hatch is in. They only broke 7 hatches. 7 hatches all night. I actually had more issues with the fact that they busted the ceiling because I set off too many of the demolishers, but you know, that's kind of a skill thing. That's kind of on me. And yeah, I think that pretty much, you know, says everything that needs to be said. Like, repairing this base, it would probably take me more than a full stack of forged steel, because, you know, a lot of these blocks are pretty damaged. Like, this one's almost gone. Some of these are damaged a little. A bunch of those are damaged because of the demolishers going off. So it does get expensive to maintain a base out of forged steel like this. You may want to actually make most of the base structure out of concrete, even endgame, and just make the hatches out of, you know, being full-on vault hatches made out of steel. These blocks would have half the HP, but other than demolishers going off, it hold pretty well. There's one missing up top here, so you know, the ceiling getting busted up like that was mostly due to the demolishers. Yeah. There's some things you could do. You could make the ceiling thicker if you're worried about that, if you want to stick with concrete. But yeah, that's a super endgame horde. As you can see, it held beautifully. There's a ton of epic loot here to grab. And I finished it quickly enough. Most of this loot hasn't despawned yet. Chainsaw, a bunch of shotgun shells, a bunch of magnum, a bunch of 9mm. Yeah, you get the idea. There's an absolutely ridiculous amount of ammo in this, by the way. Like, to the point that it's actually kind of absurd. There's another one of these for good measure. Vitamins, but yeah, you get the idea. And lastly, yeah, I do have an infection I need to get rid of. Yeah, I survived that horde night beautifully. I got banged up a little later on. Some zombies slipped in behind and stuff, but it was nothing that having decent armor didn't keep me well protected from. I wasn't, like, in panic mode there. A couple times I was a little concerned just because there were a lot of zombies in front of me, and I wasn't sure if I still had 2 hatches or if I was down to 1. You know, that sort of stuff. But it's like, not a big deal. I think that pretty much says everything that needs to be said. This base looks up beautiful. And here's what a red bait looks like if you've never seen one before. Demolishers and some of the other, like, radiated zombies are some of the only things that can drop one of these. Z-Pack. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's that. See you all on the next one.